What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here at J-Bay's Corner. In this corner of the internet, we talk all things books. If that sounds like something that you may enjoy, you've definitely found yourself in the right place. Although I will preface this by also saying we primarily do fiction on this channel. January is pretty much the only month where I really dabble in nonfiction. But that being said, the purpose of today's video is to celebrate the week off that I have joyfully taken after having back-to-back weddings, receptions, family events, as well as full-time work. I realized that with April being a longer month and me picking my own schedule, I can afford to take a few days off. So while I go through my recovery period after this miserable cold that I've just had, as well as the awesome fun we've had with the weddings, dance practices, reception, and all such things that happened this month, I am very excited to chill at home. If that sounds like fun and you want to read along with me, stick around for the video. It's reading time here at J-Bay's Corner. In today's video, I was thinking to myself, I really want to do a proper staycation, one that's not filled with tons of things to do, travel to different states, hanging out with a bunch of family and like seeing all the sights and rushing a vacation. I wanted to do a true rot on your couch and do nothing kind of vacation for the next few days. So with that being said, I figured I might as well see how much I can read if I had a typical workday amount of time to read. So normally I would say most people probably do anywhere between 7 to 9 hours of work a day, right? I think that's fair. For me personally, between commute time, starts to finish, as well as getting all of my notes done for the day, I'm probably putting in about 8 to 9 hours worth of time for a typical work day. Now, as far as actually physically being out and seeing patients, that's probably about 6.5 to 7 hours because I don't actually take a lunch. But I figured it is 10 a.m. now. I wanted to see how much I can read by 5 p.m. If that sounds like something fun for you guys, definitely continue watching this video. I can't wait to show you guys the setup that I have ready to go with all of my teas, my coffee, my water, as well as the cozy couch. The vibes, we have an atmospheric vibe, if you will, going on with all of the lights that are up and running, and then the YouTube video with the music playing in the background, and of course the stack of books that are ready to be read. So let me take you on this journey with me, and let's see how much we can read in a typical workday. Part of the reason I also decided to do this video is because if I don't, I will spend all of today bothering my husband, and that's not really fair to him because he's actually working and he's doing, a real job, and I'm over here like, please entertain me, which isn't really fair. So I'm gonna read to give him a break from me as well, and then my cats are beyond excited that we're home, and one of them in particular is going absolutely nutso crazio. She decided to wake us up at 3 in the morning and has since been rolling around waking us up. This morning when I didn't get out of bed before 8 a.m. like I typically do, she not only decided to crawl into bed with me to try to cuddle, but she also decided that she wanted to play. So when we started cuddling and it wasn't enough for her, there was a little bit of nipping that started happening, some clawing, some scratching, some meowing and yowling, and this whole thing of like, please come play with me. And then she spent about a solid 5 minutes climbing me. So that was a fun time. So I'm gonna go entertain her as well, and we're all gonna get together on the couch and read. And when I say all of us, I mean me and my 2 cats. So if that sounds like fun, let's head to the living room to get some reading done. Step 1 of this process is, of course, selecting the books that are going to be on the potential TBR for today. So the first one I have is Best Offer Wins. Very excited for this one. This is about a young woman who decides that the housing market is driving her absolutely insane. She and her partner have been looking for a home forever, and she decides that she's going to take drastic measures to get into the house that she has found that she believes is perfect for herself and her family. I am very curious to read this because at one point my husband and I were thinking about looking into a house before we decided to extend our lease on the place that we're at right now because we just got exhausted looking and the market is crazy right now. And then there was also the fact that like a bunch of my friends are also house hunting / deciding if they want to do the rent thing or the buy thing. So it just felt like perfect for the season of life that I'm in. The next book that I decided that I'm going to read is called Famous Last Words. This is by Gillian McAllister. We'll see how far I can get in this one as well. I also happen to have this one on Kindle as well as audio. So I don't know if I'm going to do physical book vibes or if I'm going to do Kindle vibes for this one, but we shall find out. And then I really don't see myself getting past those 2 books. But on the off chance that I magically am able to finish both of those books, we'll try for the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I will be honest, I've been really struggling with picking this book up because the writing style hasn't really spoken to me yet, but I'm hoping that this will be the year. I've had this book since 2022, guys. I really need to read it. So we will attempt, but these are the books that are on the lineup for about 8-9 hours of reading. I'm thinking I might even push for 10, but we'll see. My husband has a class today. I also have book club today, so I may not get through all of these books, but I do think in 7 hours, hopefully I can get through at least 1.5, maybe 2. So we'll see how that works. The stack is ready to go. And then we have this beautiful vibe going on. I don't know if you guys can totally see it because obviously it's daytime right now, but I did end up getting this lovely gift from my friend where it creates the galaxy and the stars on the walls because it's a little projector man. I don't know if you can see him projecting, but he's so cute. And I love my little astronaut man. I also have my beautiful Valentine's Day trees that I've never taken down lit up as well. And then in the back, I have my little sparkle lights going. I'm gonna get a YouTube video on shortly. So let's pick what we wanna watch. Meanwhile, I also have the hot water running so that I can make myself some tea. We're also gonna get some coffee on the what am I trying to say? On the schedule as well, because as you can see, I'm not fully awake yet. So super excited about that. This is the vibes of the YouTube video. I decided to go for March rainy weather because I just feel like it's appropriate for these books being thrillers since we're still in the month of March as I'm doing this video. Sorry, dying. So we have that going. I have this little Stanley cup filled with actual water. We have the tea going. We also have some Trader Joe's Dunkers over here. If you guys haven't tried these before, they're literal crack. They're delicious. They're amazing. We're also going to light some candles. So over here I have my welcome home candle. This one is a Bath and Body Works candle. The notes are cinnamon, sugar, warm apple butter, clove buds, and brown sugar. So this one is quite tasty, delicious vibes. Oh, this is also the new spring setup because it was time. It was time to bring spring into the home, even though it doesn't exactly bring me great joy. But that's okay. That's okay. These are going to be replaced with blue ones soon, but that's okay. Blue florals, I mean. And then we have an autumn chai because your girl just is not ready to let fall go. So I have cinnamon chai, French vanilla froth, and soothing caramel as my flavors. Let's go over here to the coffee cart and see what we want to drink today. So these are all the syrups that I typically like to have. They're all sugar-free, which was the most important thing. But I have a lavender syrup, a vanilla syrup, a chocolate syrup in the back. Those are the ones I use most typically. Then I have a brown sugar cinnamon, a peppermint, a classic caramel. And this one is a hazelnut. And then this one is pumpkin spice. Here are the coffees that are ready to go. Usually I let guests kind of go through those if they ever want a coffee. We also have the hot chocolate station going on over here. And then of course these are also hot chocolates because a girl can't have too many. And these are just too cute to pass up. I mean, look how cute these little bonbons are. Like this is coconut cream. Like how amazing. A coconut cream hot chocolate mix with a coconut vanilla ice cream or coconut vanilla. I can't speak. Coffee? What do we think? Is that a vibe? Maybe. We'll consider. But anyways, I'm in the mood for a pure coffee today, so I don't think I'm going to mix hot chocolate into it. I do make a mocha sometimes in that vibe. These are all the mugs that are currently unloaded. The dishwasher is full of clean dishes, but I have not unloaded it yet. Let's see, what flavor do we want? Maple pecan. We have more pumpkin spice. We have a white chocolate strawberry, which is actually pretty tasty. I have the sweet vanilla decaf, which is not what we're looking for right now. And then these are more of your classic flavors, which I'm not really in the mood for. So let's do a white chocolate strawberry today, maybe. Oh, she's so pretty. Look how pretty, guys. Isn't that swirl just gorgeous? Okay, so let's pop this open. There is water in there as well, which is great. Pop that down. And then let's do the cat mug because I'm in a cat mug kind of mood. So yeah. And then we will wait for the coffee to get ready. Hot water is also ready. I think I'm going to select a tea flavor. I think I kind of want to do this one. This one doesn't have a name, but it's called Mother of Dragons. It was actually a tea flavor that I was exposed to when I lived back in North Bay. And hold on, guys. Let's start the coffee. You guys can watch that pour while I open this. This is a very shaky video. I apologize, but this is the tea. It has an almond flavoring and it is absolutely amazing. It's called Mother of Dragons. It is delicious. So we're gonna brew some tea for ourselves as well. We're gonna get the coffee going for first thing in the morning. We have the hot water ready to go for the tea. So let's get the teapot out. Let's see, which one do I want? I think we're gonna go fancy today. I think it's a fancy kind of day, you know, because it's like, it's been a while since these guys have been used. Let's get some love out of them. Love and use out of them. And then we're gonna just turn her around before I break her. Apparently just a hot mess today, you know, not great, not ideal. But we have out the beautiful gifted Hermes cup and Hermes teapot. That's as extra as I get with teapots though. There's nothing else I own that is that excessive. I don't know why these are so stuffed. Maybe we go this way with the pot. There we go. We'll close this guy and then let's get our tea ready. Now the nice thing about this one is it already has the little strainer. So I'm just gonna dump some tea in. Solid, right? So she is ready to go. Gonna put this guy up. Tea went back inside. Coffee is in the middle of brewing. We're gonna open up the hot water. And here we go. Into the teapot we go. Okay, so tea is ready. We're gonna put our lovely lid on so that she can steep. Meanwhile, coffee is getting ready. Let's add a little bit of syrup to it. I'm thinking maybe some vanilla. So we'll pull her out. And here we go. A squirt. Maybe. I'm not very good at this from an angle, am I? Nope. That is an utter fail. I will be back with you guys. That was really bad. I just created more cleanup for myself. That's what happened. So not ideal, but let's put some vanilla in this coffee, shall we? So here is the coffee mug. Here is the vanilla syrup. And here we go. Why is my camera falling? My camera doesn't want you guys to see me putting vanilla into this coffee, apparently. But I love watching that syrup drop. Like, look how fun that is. I'm my own barista, guys. So we got 3 pumps of vanilla syrup going in there, which is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna add a little bit of oat milk to this as well. I'm gonna get myself cleaned up and then we're gonna sit down. We're gonna read on the couch. Here we go. Oh, vibes from a different angle. and I ended up finishing Best Offer Wins by Marissa Cashino. This was excellent. This book is basically following the story of a young woman who's about to lose it because she feels like she's just a little shy of winning at life, and all she needs is a child with her husband and a home of their own. They are currently living on top of each other in a smaller apartment building because they sold their other home during the pandemic in hopes that when interest rates and everything else started to drop, that things would continue in that vein. But they didn't realize at the time that that meant the bidding wars were going to get absolutely crazy. So at this point, they've been living on top of each other for about 18 months within this apartment. There is their dream home that is finally about to be listed. And after going through 11 bidding wars and not getting a single one, Margot is convinced that this is going to be the house for them. Throughout the course of the book, she takes more and more drastic measures in order to secure this home, and also comes to realizations about her job, her husband, her life planning, her goals to have a child, of being a mother. All of that slowly starts to get pulled into the wake of the craziness that is happening within this book. So if you feel sorry for Margot, you are definitely going to enjoy this book. This poor 38-year-old woman just wants to win at life, and she just wants that American dream. It's just, she doesn't quite understand which lines to cross and which lines not to cross in order to get said dream. It is so funny. I really enjoyed it. I think the quotes also really spoke to me. Like, for example, in the fall of 2020, the point in the pandemic when everyone realized that if COVID didn't suffocate them, spending another minute within the same four walls probably would, DC, like everywhere else, was already in the middle of a housing shortage, and now hordes of buyers, desperate for more space, were making it infinitely worse. But when you're a gentrifier, this is the moment you pounce. So again, very, very reminiscent of that period of time. And then if this speaks to everyone, let me know. After informing us that it sold for $25,000 higher than our offer, our real estate agent said, "It's like a rite of passage, and now we know we'll just have to be a tad more aggressive next time." But that was 10 next times ago. After loss number 5, I froze my eggs just in case. And if it's true that we wound up taking out a loan for multiple rounds of IVF, it would complicate our mortgage approval. But when you're staring down the barrel of turning 38, you can't afford to take any chances. Sometimes when I can't sleep, all I can think is no house, no baby, no house, no baby, on an endless, agonizing loop. So again, this female character, I think, was just one of those characters where I really, really felt like I was rooting for her and I really understood her pain. Overall, a great, like, thrillery book. I think that this takes Stalker to a whole new level, but it was absolutely insane. Would definitely recommend this book to everyone who may want to be reading a book that has to do with the housing market in a thriller light. This was a solid 4.5-star read for me. And now we're going to go back and continue our reading journey with Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. Okay guys, so didn't do too many check-ins in the last 4 hours of reading, but I did have a cat that I showed in the video who doesn't usually like to show up. That's Bella, by the way, for those who are wondering who the black cat was sitting on top of the backpack while I was reading. That was Bella, but I did end up finishing Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. Now, the thing about this book is I would say it's entertaining, it's interesting. There is a man who basically is found to be in a hostage situation, and the police show up at his wife's door basically saying, hey, your husband is basically the perpetrator of a hostage and has 2 men and a woman under hostage conditions, and we need you to come and talk him down. And then afterwards, 2 people end up dead and the man disappears, and the police as well as the wife are reeling from everything that happened and basically trying to figure out why this entire situation happened in the first place. The story spans a total of 7 years. You have the current situation that happens, and then you have a push to the future where the wife is reeling from everything that happened, and it's still a mystery as to what happened to the husband and why the hostage situation occurred in the first place. The main detective / hostage negotiator who was at the scene is the one who was basically trying to figure out what happened. And the wife is also working with him and kind of trying to live her own life while simultaneously raising their daughter and trying to figure out why all of this happened. It's an interesting story. It's a little slow. That's the only thing. Gillian McAllister, I feel like usually the books move a little bit faster. This one was a little bit slow, and it did take some time to really get into the book. But I do feel like overall it was entertaining and it was fine to read. It was a solid 3-star read for me. Nothing to write home about. But the basic premises of the story is that this man has been found in a situation where he has taken people hostage. The wife and the police force are basically trying to talk him down off a ledge. And when things don't work out, the story basically is to figure out why he took people under this hostage situation in the first place. And that does bring me down to 8 hours of reading. I was not able to read as fast as I was hoping, but that's also because, like I said, it just took me a really long time to get into this book. And since I was physically reading both books, I also got exhausted trying to read 8 hours straight. My eyes are not what they used to be. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed watching the cats curl up with me as I tried to do that 8-hour stretch of reading. But basically the lesson learned was I can probably finish 2 chapter books within the period of a typical work day. So it was a great way to relax, unwind, and enjoy reading for 8 hours instead of going out for work. For those of you that are new here, thank you again for watching this video and for being a part of our channel today. If you are interested in coming back and you like bookish related content, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can be a part of our reading family. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much once again for being here. It means the world to me that you guys are here, that you're supporting me through this endeavor of just trying to create a safe environment where all of us can talk all things books. I appreciate all your comments, your time, your watches, and I just wanted to say wherever everybody is in the world, I hope you guys are feeling safe, secure, loved, and you're getting plenty of time to read, rest, and relax. I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.